Live.
Good morning from Techney Park in Northbrook, Illinois on this Saturday in late summer in Metro Chicago. Game 2 of 4 today of the Illinois Soccer Association State Cup Finals. The U23 men's final between FC Select, sporting the black jerseys with the Red Sox, and Czarni Jaslo in the white and black. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks so much for joining us here on Midwest Media Network for all 4 games today. If you missed it, we had an exciting opener, a game that was scoreless until the 79th minute in the men's over 30 match between ISSA and Lightning. Saw goals in the 79th and 83rd. We got the penalties, and Josh Hill, the Lightning goalkeeper who had made some huge saves in regular time, made a stop in penalties as Lightning scored all 5 of their spot kicks and won the over 30 championship. They're going to play out of the back here, FC Select. This is the first of 2 games they're playing today. Their senior team will be in the men's cup final, and several of these players, most of them actually, are rostered for that game, so we might see some of these guys twice. Bouncing ball all the way through is going to come through to the Czarni goalkeeper,
Antonio Herrera.
Antonio Herrera in goal for Czarni Jaslo. Fair warning, got some advance notice about the FC Select roster, so we'll have some details about them. The Czarni roster we did not get until a couple minutes before kickoff, so my apologies to having less to say about them, as that's won by Ryan Drayton, number 24 at center back for FC Select. Up to the far side, this is Santos Contreras for Czarni, and the flag is up, as making the run in behind was Josue Vargas.
How many minutes do you have that the game started at?
That's given away. The winner right back though, here's Drayton. Drayton will be a freshman at St. Olaf this fall.
Central Connecticut University.
Yeah, corrected. Going to Central Connecticut. Well, that's a situation where you can't always believe the internet. There's some contact.
Somebody landed on someone's foot. That's Oscar. Ugh.
Okay. So trained by party is going to Central Connecticut State, the former now former DePaul Prep player, and following in a nice tradition. It's like, how do you end up in Central Connecticut as a center back? I wondered if he has any connection to the man we're going to see later today. That's Quentin Benedetto of Edgewater Castle. Might be starting at center back in that game. Good step out of the back there by Oscar Flores. Trying to turn to Vargas. Vargas dealing with multiple defenders here and winning a throw. Right back here to the right side of center back Flores. And now his partner, Alan Jacinco. Also, apologies, we might not have a couple of the Czarni names quite correct. We're trying to read somebody else's handwriting. Flores. Out to the far side, that ball was flicked on, and in the end of the day, it is a free kick as referee ruled that number 3, Ryan Jorgensen, was fouled. Jorgensen, one of the elder members of this team, played club ball at Penn State. Headed down there on the near side, this is the right back number 22, Teo Helm of North Park. Have seen Teo play a few times, really versatile player. He can play fullback, center back, or defensive midfield.
Bless you.
Helen sliding into key possession here. Jacinko. Switches on here. As it's poked forwards and not able to get a toe on it was, well, that was a number 4, but I don't have, that is a number 4, but I don't have a 4 on my roster. So I can't tell you who that is. I'll have to double check again. That is Manuel Santiago. Thought it was a 5, turns out that's a 4. The beauties of amateur soccer and getting handed a sheet of paper a couple minutes before kickoff. FC Select trying to work forward on the far side. Mateusz Drazek. He and his brother Jakub both in the team today. Jakub's at left back, number 26. Brothers with matching long curly blonde hair. Always appreciate players having easy to identifiable traits other than the numbers on their back. Okay, this is the U23 State Cup Final. This is Eric Hernandez. This is Mateusz Drazek, former Chicago FC United U19. Couldn't find where Mateusz is currently playing his soccer. Jakub is a redshirt junior at Northern Illinois. Perez flaring this to the near side. Teo Helm. Tangle up there with Jeremiah Georgi. Those two are, I actually don't know if Teo is still at North Park, but if he is, they're future teammates because Georgi is headed from Loyola Academy to North Park University this fall. Teo, a member of the very strong Scandinavian contingent that the Vikings have had in recent seasons. Jakub Drazek looking down the line for the run of Georgi. Couldn't quite find him. Czarni Jaslo senior team won the state cup 2 years ago. They were semifinalists last year. And they won this competition, the U23 State Cup, in 2022. Hammer Field. Drayton, not dealing with that initially, but cleaned up as now here is number 20, Osvaldo Perez. This is launched forward, looking for Mateusz Drazek. Drazek in behind, slots home in the opening goal. Comes just 7 minutes in, and it's Mateusz Drazek forward, looking for Mateusz Drazek. Or FC Select. Drazek in behind, slots home in the opening goal. 8th minute goal for Drazek. Got in behind, outdueled the defender, and well, we had to wait 79 minutes for a goal in our last game. The first one, we only have to wait 8 for this U23 matchup. And maybe this will open things up a bit. FC Select hoping this is the start of a big day for them. They want to be walking out of here with 2 trophies when all is said and done.
Goal by FC Select, number 14, Mateusz Drazek.
Freddie Oswald trying to work through the gears. This is number 8, Hugo Marquez. Helm. Into the middle for Tanaka Ryosuke. And turning and going again, our FC Select, although tripped up this time, was Chris Domian. Domian, a rising sophomore at Oakton College. The pressure here, Jacinko. Jacinko looking straight downfield. Jakub Drazek wins the header. Tangle of legs, free kick, FC Select. Ryosuke committing the foul, and the referee wants a conversation after he took down Eric Hernandez. Hernandez, a rising junior at Roosevelt University.
Piotruś.
This is work back to the goalkeeper and captain for the FC Select U23s, Gerard Perez, formerly of Judson University. Perez blasting this downfield, and look who's onto it again, but not quite catching up despite his speed, Mateusz Drozek. Trying to bring that down was Santos Contreras. FC Select winning it back here with Domian. Domian's cross takes a deflection and is behind for the game's first corner. Eric Hernandez trotting over to take. Six players in the area for Select. Out swinging corner into the middle. Headed away by Ryosuke. Trying to clear. Catch up to it now. This is number 14. Well, we got another number 14, so we'll check on that. I assume that's what I thought was 15, Julian Orozco. That is indeed.
Keep going. Start playing now, boys.
Trying to turn under pressure, there's the center back Flores. Ryosuke. Gave it away. Mateusz Drozek, the goal scorer. Out wide, bit of a heavy touch there in the end. And it's finally out for a goal kick, last off of Chris Domian. Domian, 12 games, 6 goals, 2 assists in his freshman year for the Oakton Owls. Mentioned it in our last broadcast, but we are expecting some rain in the area right about halftime of this one. Falling behind, trying to catch up to it is Josue Vargas, but in the end it's collected into the corner by Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez, the former Rockford University player. Jakob Drozek. Couldn't quite find Domian. Now Hugo Marquez. Ryosuke. On the dribble, Ryosuke. Ran into Sanchez. Player goes down, referee not interested. Ryosuke in the end couldn't keep his foot over that one. And it's a goal kick. Blasted forward by Grayton.
Force him back. Fuera! Go!
Interesting. Doing some quick searching. I'm finding results for Ryosuke Tanaka, playing for both Southern Oregon and Monroe University. Not sure if that's the same player. Hard to always know.
I think Super plays for AFC Rascal, but I'm not sure.
Hey, one drop. Hey, Tom, on that side.
in the
Down the
Midwest
line,
Premier
that's
League.
cut out by Jakub Drozdek. And now turning, this is Jeremiah Georgi. Georgi leaving it off for Domian. This is still Domian. Domian into the area. Domian. Running out of room, and it's a goal kick. He did his best. Ryusuke. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Antonio Herrera. 1-0 FC Select if you joined us late. Mateusz Drozdek in the 8th minute. Having played about 15 minutes now. So 17 or 18 minutes after the scheduled start time. Honestly, not that bad given the way today's laid out. So that next game, that's at 1, pencil that in for 1:30. Sliding in, one Drozdek trying to find his brother. My name was Yusa. This is Julian Orozco. Marquez on the give and go. Couldn't get it back quite as intervening was Ryan Jorgensen. Jorgensen, a story you see a lot in Chicago amateur soccer. He's a Pennsylvanian born and raised, went to Penn State. Got a job working for the Mars Wrigley Company, which is corporately headquartered here in Chicago, and finds himself playing on a amateur soccer team. From distance, bouncing shot, courtesy of Oscar Flores, is scooped up by Gerard Perez. Started 17 games for Judson back in 2023. Picking up the loose ball, number 19, Ismet Boshku. Haven't called his name yet today. Play's been largely down this near side, and he's playing out on the right wing. Boshku, who has played for Chicago Fire North Shore and the Chicago Magic. Graduated from Niles North High School last year. On the turn, Ryan Drayton. Another former Chicago Magic player. Perez was caught late there. And we're going to get a yellow card here for number 3, Conrad Madez. Wearing the armband. Again, apologies if I'm not saying that last name correctly. One of those was from
Referee shows the yellow card to number 3, Conrad Madej.
Madej does seem like a quite possible pronunciation there.
Yeah.
And Gerard Perez slow to get to his feet, so Conrad Madej. We have a second. We can go consult the internet, see if we can verify anything. Well, Marquette have a Norwegian named Mads Conrad Horgoyen on their roster this coming fall, so that seems entirely plausible, and that maybe in the transcription they just did the thing that, for example, Ryosuke Tanaka's name, when I looked him up, it was Tanaka Ryosuke, due to the reverse convention in Japanese of the surname going first. So that might be a Norwegian striker for Marquette, but again, can't know for sure. Drozdek got in some trouble there. Out of the corner. This is Georgie. Cut back to the middle. Not dealing with it there was Oscar Flores. That's going to be claimed by the goalkeeper.
Come on!
Kosuke Tanaka. Blocked. Doing some quick searching. I think we've got our man there, number 3 up top. Lanky, tall Norwegian striker. Would fit in right at North Park with that Norwegian passport. Out wide, Mateusz Drazek trying to get on the end of that pass. Oscar Flores. Tanaka letting that go. Ryusuke Tanaka. Flag stays down here against Jakub Drazek. Drazek sending it across. Couldn't quite find his brother, who had made the run.
Yeah, and
Striding through the other way is Julian Orozco.
I'll send it to you.
One back though by Hernandez.
Yeah,
Wide to the right.
And the first one I was able to get anytime. Okay, that's fine.
Back to Hernandez.
But I didn't get in the second half.
Trouble found by Tanaka. As Czarni Jaslo are preparing a couple of subs. Looking on his right foot, this is Osvaldo Perez. Taken back by Josue Vargas. Czarni have had very little going forward so far in this first half in about the opening 22-23 minutes. 1-0 on the 8th minute goal by Mateusz Drazek. Casual crowd building slowly over the course of the day so far. Santiago, near side for Theo Helm. Ball flicked first time forward by Hurgoyen. That ball deflected on the near side.
Hey, keep him there, keep him there!
And subs. You're going to see number 8, Hugo Marquez. And the big Norwegian striker, Mads Conrad Hurgoyen, leave the match. It's actually going to be a triple change. Josue Vargas departing as well. Number 9, Dennis Nevoretsky. Number 10, Kistra Nicholas. And number 18, Michael Mokolji. Again, tough to read that one. I just call him Michael for the simplicity of it. Nice run in behind here by Jeremiah Georgie. Georgie into the area. Good recovery to block off that cross there. That was Alan Yasinko coming over to cover. Tanaka. Ryusuke Tanaka. Floating out wide to the left. Shot coming in from distance. That's blocked. Hernandez, got to be careful as he plays this back for Perez. Nice feet there by the goalkeeper. As Teo Helm wins that header, but only as far as Chris Domian. Mateusz draws it. Pushing wide for Jeremiah Georgi. Georgi trying to cut in, well defended by Helm. Onto the loose ball is Hernandez. Tanaka turning away, but gave it right back to Oswaldo Perez. Unable to turn through was Bochku. And playing to the safety to the near side is Herrera. Good step though by Jakub Drozic. That's blocked out by Helm. Corner kick. FC Select. To the far post, flicked away. Curved in, chested down, Domian, trying to turn. Shot comes from distance from Drayton. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around it. Another sub for Czarni Jaslo, as it'll be Manuel Santiago departing. Replaced by number 13, Brandon Camacho. Approaching the half-hour mark here in Northbrook in this Illinois Under-23 State Cup Final. FC Select bring a team in this competition, which they reached the final, and they'll be playing for the Men's Senior State Cup, the standard tournament, later today as well. Ball played in behind, but the flag has stayed down here against number 9, Dvoretsky. Michael, again, can't make out his last name, so rather than guessing, we're just going to treat him as if he's a Brazilian for right now and give him the one-name treatment. Look at the over 30 State Cup almost got taken out by that ball. Sitting precariously inside right. Dvoretsky couldn't handle that as Jakub Drozic clears away. His brother chasing it down. Mateusz. Leaving that for the right back, Jorgensen. Mateusz again. Jorgensen lifting this down the line, hoping for Oswaldo Perez. Czarni back in possession though. Couldn't keep it. Drayton, the interception. Caught on the bill by Michael. And then a foul committed by Santos Figueres. Free kick FC Select. We're going to see a couple players for the Women's State Cup Final arrive. Seeing a few Edgewater Castle players in particular off the back of their UWS National Championship last weekend that they won. Looking for more hardware today in what is the final game of their summer. And this is more serious than I thought it initially looked. Is that Domian who's down?
15, I think.
Yeah, Chris Domian has stayed down here, and this is not what you want to see. It looked fairly innocuous in the run of play, but Domian grabbing his right knee has stayed down. It's a U23 game, so it doesn't look like the full staff for FC Select is out here yet. He's got a teammate out there attending to him. Long stoppage here. As Chris Domian still down on the turf here. looked to be in some pretty serious pain, and referee and select players say they don't need Oscar Flores' input here. And depending on the severity of this, they might have to recruit in some help from either one of the other teams that are here. Or I'm not sure, because he's putting no weight on his right leg right now. And that's really awful to see, as he's helped to the sideline by Jorgensen and Christopher Sanchez. So delay here at about the 30-minute mark of this game. See who comes on to replace him. The player is on the field, just can't see his number yet. Number 13, Irfan Sarvan, the soon-to-be freshman at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Koretsky leaving it for Michael. Playing this down the line, off and running. This is Nicholas. Defending there by Ryan Drayton. Out for a throw. That's blocked and out for a throw-in. Long throw being lined up here by Ryusuke Tanaka, and in the middle, no shot yet. That was left there. Should have just taken the shot on in that situation, Orozco, because in the end, nothing comes of it. Teo Helm heading back forward. Bochku away. Only as far though as Julian Orozco. Orozco turning. Splitting defenders, goes down, no foul. And hammered away by Drayton. Ball back for Antonio Herrera. Yusinko. Launching this forward, looking for the run of Tanaka. Flag stays down. And the goalkeeper, Gerard Perez, all the way over to clear for a throw. Mateusz Drazek leading this off for Osvaldo Perez. Jakob now. Is he pulled back? He was. Free kick FC Select right along the near touchline.
The other way around.
Not sure what Mateusz is complaining about. He already got the call. And that wasn't yellow. That wasn't yellow card worthy, certainly.
One.
Eric Hernandez has the ball down. 19 games for the Roosevelt Lakers over 2 seasons. Drives this into the box. Took one touch on its way through. It was off a defender. It was Teo Helm retreating.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe that the camera we're getting that good of a shot out of. It's only about 6 inches in length, little camcorder. Osvaldo Perez heads that down. Back for Hernandez, couldn't keep it in. Throw in on the side. Launched long. Jakob Drazek there first. Michael. Wolf keeps claiming a handball in the end, free kick, and Tanaka is racking up some fouls here. Nothing severe, but 3 or 4 at least called against 12 in white. Sanchez all the way back to the goalkeeper. Perez. Drayton lifting this down the near sideline and out for a throw-in.
It's fine, it's fine. We're good. Yeah, Jeremiah left. Hey. Sit up, clean.
Michael.
Yeah.
Turning. Through a couple of challenges and then one back by Jakub Drazik. Trying to find his brother, but well intercepted there by Yasinko. Now hitting the gas as Roscoe. Into the feet there of Nicholas. Back for Michael. Michael to the end line. That came off him last, and it never went out of play. Then he pulled back the shirt of Jeremiah Georgi. And that'll be a free kick for FC Select. Alex Campbell with you here on Midwest Media Network. Game 2 of 4 today in the Illinois State Cup Finals. This is the U23 match between Czarni Jaslo and FC Select. FC Select leading 1-0 on an 8-minute goal for Mateusz Drazik. Goalkeeper Perez with some more ball handling moves. Drayton. Oswaldo Perez. Sanchez. All the way back for Gerard Perez. Oswaldo. And the turn, this is Sarvan. Now Hernandez looking over the top, too far. And Herrera, the goalkeeper, will go out to play. Yasinko, all the way outside here for Roscoe. Roscoe all the way back to the goalkeeper Herrera. Czarni still struggling to really produce anything in the attacking end of the field. This is lifted over the top. They've got a couple of runners. Perez, very comfortable player with the feet at his head, and now a chance for FC Select to counter over the top. Was that a handball? It doesn't matter. Offside is Drazik. Sent forward here by Camacho. Intercepted though by Jorgensen. Jorgensen, Drazik. Drazik, was he fouled? No. Referee says the defender Camacho got the ball. Nice spin there by Contreras.
Don't forget that.
Playing it down the middle, out wide. Drayton over, hammers that away for a throw-in. Again, a reminder of our remaining games today. Game 3 is the Women's State Cup Final at Edgewater Castle versus DeKalb County United. And Game 4, the Men's State Cup Final at Edgewater Castle against FC Select. Man, we got a slamming of the ball to the turf out of frustration there by Kistra Nicholas. I think it's been a bit of a frustrating first half for Czarni Jaslo. It has not really come together as we approach the 40th minute mark. Mateusz Drazik goes on the chase again, and certainly getting his steps in, if nothing else. Herrera up to play. Teo Helm reminding his teammates that they are trailing in this game and wants them to play like it.
One time.
Yasenko keeps that in play on halfway. Orozco to the near side looking for Michael. Will it get there? Perez, loose ball. And the offside flag is up against the Czarni Jaslo attacker. And hopefully Gerard Perez is okay. We've already seen one select player have to leave today's game with an injury. Again, wishing all the best to Chris Domian, who sustained a right leg injury earlier in this one. Christopher Sanchez. Again, look at all the space for Mateusz Drozik. It's shocking, honestly, that he still keeps finding that wide open pocket. Sent long here by Flores. Could be a chance. Offside flag is up against Nicholas. But better over these last few minutes from Czarni Jaslo, finding some opportunity and going direct. Perez, likewise the other way. Mateusz Drozik trying to hold that along the sideline, and he does. Couldn't find a teammate though. Helm up to the near side for Michael. Tanaka.
One more!
Flores. Given away. And immediately they look for Mateusz Drozik. Georgie, around one. Couldn't get past two as Teo Helm in the way. Camacho. First time ball forward, and Nicholas is outside this time. Gets for Nicholas. Forced wide. Nicholas. That took a touch off of Perez. It'll be a corner kick. It's probably going wide, but Perez taking no chances. Defending on the play by Ryan Drayton. And it's as if no one realized it was a corner, because neither team really in position to take it here in the late stages of this first half. Into the far post, headed up and over by Santos Contreras. Looking at the radar, we might be spared from a lot of the rain, at least for a while. Thank you, Lake Michigan. On his right and firing a shot that had the attention of the goalkeeper, but it was never on target, was Santos Contreras. Here in the, what, 44th minute of play?
Yes.
Yeah, rain kind of dissipating as it approaches the Northbrook area, but no one here is going to complain about that. It is still crazy humid, but you know, pick your battles.
That's Chicago for you.
Played back to Antonio Herrera. Michael, good first, good second, good third touch. Turning away, from Jakub Drazik. Still in possession.
One more!
Now Oscar Flores, immediately looking down this side to the right. Ryosuke Tanaka. Tanaka to the far post. Put it in between into that corridor of uncertainty, but too much pace on it in the end. Goal kick. As we approach halftime. Referee signals 3 added minutes at the end of the first half.
I thought it would be 5 minutes actually the way it was going. But
just the 1 goal, 1 yellow card. Jacinko winning that header. Jorgensen wins the throw for FC Select. So we might see a more open game than we did in our first matchup, but not really. It's been FC Select repeatedly trying to get in behind, and now Czarni Jaslo over the last 5 or 10 minutes are responding in kind. Tanaka played that right off of the arm, the referee says, of Eric Hernandez. Thinking quickly. The improving comes up here from Teo Helm. Orozco. Tanaka. Nowhere to go. Tries to swing that forward to Orozco, sliding this in behind. Perez is out in there. Offside flag was again up anyway. Perez sending this forward. About halfway through, minimum of 3 added minutes. Helm wins the header. Collision of players. Eventually sees this fall to Hernandez. Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez. Plays it out wide, and there's nobody making that run. Good frustration on the bench for a team that's leading 1-0 approaching halftime, but they know the opportunities are there. Jorgensen goes down. Free kick, and this will probably be the last significant action of the opening half. Eric Hernandez lining up the set piece just inside the far touchline. Hernandez delivery is a good one into the area. No one can find it initially, and a free kick going the other way. We have played the 3 minimum minutes. Referee checks his watch. Jacinko. Looking long. Onside is Tanaka, but he won't get there ahead of Christopher Sanchez. That's going to be a corner kick here. And it looks like there is time to take it at the end of the first half. Santos Contreras to take. Teo Helm getting forward. Is there a late first half equalizer? Curved in. Perez claims, and the referee blows his whistle for halftime. It's an early goal from Mateusz Drozek that splits the teams at the half in this Illinois State Under-23 Cup final. It is FC Select 1, Czarni Jaslo 0. We'll take a break here on the Midwest Media Network and be back shortly with the second half.
second half about to get underway here at Techney Park in Northbrook, Illinois. Game 2 of 4, the Illinois Soccer Association State Cup Finals. The U23 matchup here halfway through, 45 more to go between Czarni Jaslo and FC Select. FC Select leading 1-0 on an 8th-minute goal from number 14, Mateusz Drozik. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks so much for joining us on the Midwest Media Network YouTube page. Early chance here, Ryosuke Tanaka crossing in for Czarni Jaslo. No one on the end of it. Czarni Jaslo had some success late in that half trying to go more direct. Not a first half that saw many chances on either goal. This is lifted high by Oscar Flores. Header won there by Christopher Sanchez. Tanaka back forward, flicked on, could be a chance, and a save down to his right by Gerard Perez, the captain for FC Select, denying an onrushing Hugo Marquez. About as good a look Czarni's had all day. And here is the goal scorer, Mateusz Drozik, working along the far touchline. Knocks that off a defender and out of play. It'll be an early second half corner for FC Select. Again, this is game 2 of 4 on the day. Game 3, Edgewater Castle against DeKalb County United in the Women's State Cup Final. Can see in the background there Edgewater Castle getting warmed up already. And then the Men's State Cup Final will be last. Edgewater Castle against FC Select. So we'll see a club from this game and a club from the next game facing off in that final game of the day. Hopefully should have a nice crowd by then. Tanaka trying to head clear. Back forward. Turning, shooting, and firing it into the baseball field is number 19, Ismet Bochku. And referee signaling we're going to need a new ball. Teo Helm sending this forward. And trying to flick that on is the striker Mads Conrad Horgren. Did a little research before the game to figure out the Norwegian. Going to be playing for Marquette in the fall. Eric Hernandez to take this free kick. Not seeing a whole lot of movement ahead of him and was hoping for more. Drives this low upfield. Easily headed away, though, by Manuel Santiago. Right back, though, with Jakub Drozik to his brother Mateusz. Mateusz to the end line, crossing. In the way was Santiago. Only partially clear. This toward the near side. And unable to run that down is Bochku, and it's a goal kick. Orozco, infield, finding Flores. Again, looking long. This has been the order of the day. Both teams trying to play very direct right now. Running this down is Santiago Contreras. Contreras up against a well-defending Jakub Drozik, winning the throw-in for FC Select. Nice burst of speed there from Jeremiah Georgi. Nowhere to go. Drozik just kicks it over his own head. Flores somehow navigated that traffic and again looks long. Going down off the ball was Josue Vargas, referee unmoved. Perez launching this long. Mateusz Drozik battling there. Teo Helm chasing him to the sideline here. Helm keeping that in play. And it's going to be, I didn't agree with that call, but FC Select to throw and take it quickly. Sarvan. Hooked in the near side. Nice first touch by Bochku. Isabet Bochku tried to shoot. Nowhere to go with that. Yasinko. Orozco. Vargas on the turn. Looking for the run in behind there of Marquez. Tanaka trying to close it down. Holding him at bay was Sanchez. Vargas couldn't dribble along the sideline. Throw in for Select. This game, for those who joined us late, this started about 20 minutes late from the scheduled 11 a.m. start time. Of course, it was never going to be the case that games today would actually start at 9, 11, 1, and 3, given that everybody's playing on the same field. It's good there's a field on the far east side that allows teams to warm up ahead of time. Onside here is Horgayan. But then he fouls Jakub Drazik, who took it off him. And now Drazik slow to get up. An FC Select team that has already lost Chris Domian. And again, some of these players going to be needed in the men's cup final later on today. Drazik back to his feet, and he'll take the free kick. Launching this long into the feet of his brother, but Yasenko covering. Flores out of trouble. Header one there by Drayton. Driven out wide, Tanaka. Tanaka knocking this wide. Flag goes up against Mods Conrad Horgayan. Assistant referee had a good view of that one. Turn back over though. Is that a foul? It is, and it'll be a yellow card. Yellow card shown to Jeremiah Georgi. Georgi, who is headed to North Park this year after taking a gap year and going to play with FC Malaga City, a team that has a lot of Chicago connections. Chicago Strikers, specifically the local club with the strongest ties there. I believe that's Santos Contreras standing over the ball. 2 in the wall for FC Select. Contreras to swing this in. Goalkeeper and a defender were there at the same time. And due to a concern over a head injury, the play is going to stop. It was Gerard Perez, and I think that's Oscar Flores who's down, and the big center back. Both players with the right to go for the ball, and it looked like all three things, the fists of Perez, the head of Flores, and the ball itself met at about the same time. Flores back to his feet. About 10 minutes into this second half, FC Select leading 1-0 over Czarni Jaslo in this U23 State Cup final. Header one there by Orozco, and cleared forward by Santiago. Flicked on, flag stays down. Mateusz Drozik, the goal scorer. Still Drozik, finding his brother out wide left. Jakob lost possession out there to Contreras, and it's a throw for Czarni Jaslo. Substitution coming for FC Select. It's Georgi who just picked up that yellow card. He's going off. Waiting to be able to see the subs number. Flores in some trouble here. Just has to clear it. But finds Mods Connor Horgoyan. Not sure what that whistle is for. I think it's a free kick. Hernandez dropping deep. Gave it away, and a chance for Czarni Jaslo to get forward. Contreras has Tanaka with him. Contreras around one defender. Good coverage there by Christopher Sanchez, as FC Select narrowly escape. Hernandez looking to make amends. Fires the big switch. Orozco took that off the head, and then it just fell for Jorgensen. And I'm surprised that was a foul on anybody, especially Jorgensen, who I thought more got thrown to the ground than anything. Quickly the other way, Josue Vargas. Vargas to the end line, Vargas. Saved by Gerard Perez. Back here to Perez. Got to be careful under pressure. Drayton gets tied up with Tanaka. And Czarni Jaslo causing all sorts of problems right now for FC Select out of the back. Marquez was fouled, free kick. Flores immediately looking forward. Sanchez got a foot in. Got bumped by Horgoyan. Czarni Jaslo gaining in confidence here. Trailing 1-0 though. Marquez. Orozco. Vargas able to turn. Josue Vargas. Vargas playing it out to the far side. This is a long run for Santos Contreras. And he kept it in, but not in play, I should say. Kept it from being a goal kick. It'll be a throw-in instead, as Czarni Jaslo are preparing a couple of substitutions. Tail Helm. Still Tail Helm. The right back all the way. Tail Helm. Saved by Perez. And now a chance for a counterattack. Mateusz Drozik was caught there. Free kick. Referee will pull it back. Fourth official again trying to signal their subs already, and they're still not going to be waved on. That was Oswaldo Perez forcing that forward. Couldn't find a teammate though. Josue Vargas booted away by Jorgensen and brought under control by Boschku. Boschku. Flag stays down. And then good goalkeeping by Antonio Herrera to deny a second to Mateusz Strazik. Teo Helm, big switch, looking for Josue Vargas. Vargas trying to reverse field. Tanaka splits defenders. Tanaka couldn't get past Jorgensen. It's a corner kick, excuse me. Contreras over to take. Contreras into the far post. And another collision. The ball bounces off the bar, and the referee's going to say the goalkeeper was fouled. And Perez tried to get up really quickly, but then found himself, I think, a little woozy. And so now he's going to need some help. The question is it his head, or did he hurt something else in that process? Yeah, again, FC Select having already lost a player to injury today, as Chris Domian was unable to continue. Those subs have been made now. Going off the field were number 8, Hugo Marquez. And I'm not sure, looked like number 21, who I hadn't even seen in the game today. But the new players on are number 10, Kistra Nicholas. And number 18, Michael, whose last name we don't know. And Perez thought he was going to be okay to continue here. The referee is now saying, hey, somebody's got to come check this guy out. And I think the concern here is this is a head injury. And I don't know if there's a second goalkeeper on the roster for this U23 game for FC Select. Because if Perez isn't able to continue and somebody else has to go in goal, the complexion of this game changes immensely. And, you know, you got to put the players' health first, and this is increasingly here looking like a situation where Gerard Perez should not continue. Again, looking down the list, as far as I'm aware, the only other goalkeeper that is with FC Select today is with their senior squad. That's Johnny Campa. And just based on pedigree, I think Perez is the starter for the first team as well. And so if Perez can't continue, I'll say this much. Perez is the captain of this team, captain of the U23s. The other goalkeeper on the squad today for the men's team, Johnny Campa, all I could find about him is that he graduated from Round Lake High School in 2018, where he did play soccer. But, again, no college experience that I was able to find. And so this is a whole different complexion of things, and maybe a situation that if you're working right now for FC Select, you might be dialing up some other goalkeepers either in your club or that you know elsewhere to find somebody to at least be on the bench for the men's final, because they're gonna put Perez through some tests right now. Bit of a long delay, but the second big collision we've seen him in today. And Perez is, oh boy. I think he wants to give this a go, but as soon as the coach walked away, he's doubled over again. And again, I think this is a situation where the referee needs to take control here and tell Perez he can't keep playing. If a guy is still this woozy a good 5 minutes after the initial contact, there's no way he should be allowed to stay in this game. but they're going to, and so this is something to watch now. As this game goes forward, Perez is still doubled over. This is... something to watch, as I said. And maybe if I was an adult watching the game, I would not be yelling at a guy who's probably concussed. But anyway, on we go. Well, we're 20 minutes into the second half, but we've only played maybe 12 or 13 minutes of soccer. So already the added time at the end of this game, and thus the start time for the Women's Cup final, increasing. Nicholas looking for Michael. Drayton won the header. Sarvan Hernandez got caught under there by Tanaka. Got back to his feet, though. Eric Hernandez to the middle. This is Bochku. Bochku wide. Shot came in from Cristobal Carranza. It was blocked away. And the offside flag is going to go up here against Mateusz Drazik. Jacinko out from the back, finding Teo Helm. Helm getting into the attack. Here goes Teo Helm. Helm shooting opportunity. Open goal! And it's 1-1. Michael scores Helm again. It's a shame. Here goes Teo Helm. Don't know his full name because we couldn't read it off the sheet, but we have an equalizing goal. 1-1 in about the 67th minute of this game. I think it's about the 67th at least.
For number 10, Jaslo. Christian,
18 scored the goal. Nicholas was right in there as well. It was great work by Teo Helm up the far side to get the assist. And a chance here, Czarni looking for two quickly. On the shot, that was Contreras. Blocked away. Tanaka goes down. Free kick.
He was all-state conference from Corner High School.
Again, if you're watching on YouTube live right now and you know number 18 on Czarni Jaslo, Michael's last name, if you could throw that in the comments, we would greatly appreciate it. Starts with an M, and that's all I can make out. Meanwhile, dangerous situation here as the center back Oscar Flores looking to use the laws of physics to his advantage and put a big right leg into this one. Again, given the circumstances, you got to test the keeper if you can. Perez comes out to punch again, and just honestly, this is a bit hard to watch, if I'm honest. Every time we see contact with Gerard Perez. Bochku. That was fouled pretty clearly there by Contreras. On the spin, this is Sarvan. Orozco trying to get out of trouble. Plays his ball across the top of the 18. Always a dangerous thing to do, but he found Flores. And Jacinko, excuse me, out of trouble. Teo Helm getting forward again, looking to produce another opportunity. Sarvan, room to line up a shot instead. Here's Bochku. Bochku wants to go onto his left foot. Good defending by Roscoe to not let him as he fires it into the red basket of Herrera. Are we headed for a second straight State Cup final on the day that'll be decided by penalties? Maybe not. Nicholas is in. Nicholas! Saved by Perez. Gerard Perez. Standing tall there. Not the tallest goalkeeper, but he has done everything he can today for FC Select. But Czarni really improving in this second half. Ball bouncing into the area. Not cleared. Michael already got the one goal, trying to turn and couldn't. And in this second half, it's been FC Select who look out of ideas in possession versus Czarni, who were like that in the first half. Sarvan trying to get there, well covered by the left back, Orozco. Eric Hernandez. Hernandez out to the near side. Bochku curving that in. Flores heads away. And now behind the play, we've got Drayton down. And again, injuries an increasing problem here for FC Select.
ISSA State Cup is sponsored by Better Homes and Gardens and by Club Roof Real Estate Services. Also, Sid Ward of Rocket Mortgage. If your goal is home,
and
we're giving out some free stress soccer balls up at the Better Homes and Gardens State. Also, if you would like a chance to register to win.
So Drayton's back to his feet.
Come scan in the QR code for free.
So again, if you joined us late, Chris Domian, number 15 of FC Select, early in this game left with what looked like a pretty nasty leg injury. We've seen the goalkeeper, Gerard Perez, be assessed for a concussion. And just then, Ryan Drayton, who's still limping pretty noticeably. Again, a lot of these players are being relied upon to play a second game today. And so FC Select have to keep that in mind. Do you prioritize the men's game later over this ongoing one, or do you throw everything you've got at this one to win this trophy? In behind, that's a good ball, but Vargas couldn't quite collect it. Michael, Vargas, looking back for Michael. Up against Drayton here. That ball goes out for a goal kick. If you are looking for the Women's State Cup Final, that is not going to be starting on time at 1 p.m. Best guess, about 1:30. And again, that will be a separate stream to this one. This is game 2 of 4 on the day between FC Select and Czarni Jaslo for the U23 State Cup. Women up next, Edgewater Castle against DeKalb County. And then the nightcap, or the day cap, I should say, is Edgewater Castle against FC Select. And to that fan yelling, the 8-second rule does not apply when the ball is dead. Mateusz Drazek on the turn. Drazek just tried to fire one toward goal again. FC Select, who looked so positive in that first half, have been struggling their way through the second half. Unorthodox sliding challenge there by Santos Contreras, but it worked. And again, they go direct. Long ball. Josue Vargas. Vargas squaring. Couldn't quite find Nicholas, but he'll keep it in on the near side. Kistra Nicholas. Centering. Tanaka couldn't meet it cleanly. Subs for Czarni Jaslo. Michael, the goal scorer, and Manuel Santiago are out. Brandon Camacho and Hugo Marquez are in. 1-1 here in about the 75th minute, but we're going to be playing at least 5 or 6 minutes of added time at the end of the 90, if not more. Again, Contreras looking long, and again he's looking for Vargas. Flag stays down. Vargas looking for Nikovic, who got it all wrong. Tanaka, heavy first touch. Tanaka again, that's blocked. But Czarni Jaslo looking much, much more likely to find a second goal right now. Camacho. Wide here for Vargas. Looking for Nikovic, couldn't quite find him. And I gotta apologize for mispronouncing Christian Niziolek's name. We've been butchering that today because we couldn't read it off the paper. So, my apologies to the Nizioleks, which I would have to do some more research, but I feel worse because I know I've seen that name before. Forget where he plays college ball.
He just, I think, signed up for Roosevelt, but I'm not sure. Went for Kona High School. All-state
First team All-State this past year. And now Gerard Perez is down, and he's already been evaluated for concussion. A yellow card is out, and it looked like he took a foot to the head. And now, again, I'm not going to blame anybody here, but this is why when a player is on the field and concussed and wants to stay in the game, you don't let them make that decision, because you're putting them at further risk, and that gets you into situations like this one where he takes another kick to the head, and this is, again, and the concern is he's probably, as I said, probably supposed to start later today for FC Select in the Men's Cup final. And again, the referee here has to again, you got to take the score out of the game. You got to tell Perez he's got to come out of this match. Well, the PA here just told people it's being live streamed, but he didn't tell people where. So congratulations to you for finding us here on Midwest Media Network on YouTube. As rain begins to fall lightly here in Chicago, Perez is still in this game, and I between the coaches and the officials, I think, again, not to be overly critical, but I think they're really doing wrong here by this young man who should not be in this game. He shouldn't have been in this game 20 minutes ago. He absolutely shouldn't be in this game now. And the adults here need to be the adults. And it's really unfortunate. Again, this is the U23 game. So, I mean, these guys aren't kids, but this is, again, not being handled well by really anybody. Again, it's not Gerard Perez's job to pull himself out of this game. This is in behind, and right at the edge of the area is Antonio Herrera. About 10 more minutes on the clock, but God knows how much stoppage time we're going to see in this game. Good tackle from behind there by Josue Vargas as it's kept in by Herrera. The true number here that should be added on at the end of this, I would say, is about 10 minutes. But having seen a lot of amateur soccer, we never get as much added time at the end of these games as we should. And I say that as somebody who called a game earlier this year in the Chicago area that had 17 minutes of second-half stoppage time. Probably still wasn't enough. Jorgensen in the field for Sanchez. Oswaldo Perez. Wide for Jakub Drazik. Drozic sends a bullet into the middle. No one's there. And whistle, they're going to bring Michael back into this game, the first goal scorer. Josue Vargas will switch sides, and the man who just picked up that yellow, Santos Contreras, subs out. Jacinco out wide here for Orozco. Niziolek through the lines. Tanaka was offside either way as it was cleared away by Gerard Perez. One here, late on. Sent forward by Perez. Header won by Vargas. Eric Hernandez for FC Select. And now Jorgensen. Out of play. FC Select throw in on this near side. I'm not exactly sure what minute we're in here from my position, but about the 83rd. But again, it's going to be a hefty amount of stoppage time, no matter what. Jorgensen got ahead of that, but couldn't find a teammate. Oswaldo Perez does well. Now Jakub Drozic. Out wide, finding Carranza. Referee playing advantage. Oswaldo Perez. Perez cutting in field. Eric Hernandez. Jorgensen. Jorgensen had to go. It's blocked away. And out for just a throw in the end. Trying to turn his Sarvan. Jorgensen again trying to cross, nothing there. Niziolek. Nice turn there by Sanchez. Oswaldo Perez. Mateusz Drozic, heavy touch. One back though by Carranza. Perez just wide. Oswaldo Perez had to go. Best look that FC Select have had in quite a while. Goals in the 8th and 67th minutes. Have us at 1-1 here in this U23 State Cup final. Niziolek looking for the big cross. Michael is waved offside. 18 in white who scored that 67th minute equalizer. And if you are with us and looking for the Women's State Cup final, estimated kickoff for that game, 1:30. Could even be slightly later than that. Flag stays down. Mateusz Drozic dropping this back. Oswaldo Perez again. Perez on his right this time. Once again, just misses. Oswaldo Perez, though, the rising senior at Roosevelt, Hubbard High School grad. A couple good looks at a possible winner. Jacinco, lots of room to run here. Chipping it through the lines, but in the way. Sanchez. Tanaka just lobs it forward. Niziolek's onside. Bit of a heavy touch, though, as it's scooped up by Perez. Under 5 minutes to go of the 90. We'll play, I think, till about the 100th at this rate before we see penalties. This ball rolling into the corner. Assistant says it is a throw-in right near the corner flag. Header goes straight up in the air, on by Tanaka. Vargas sends that into the forehead of Ryan Drayton. Drayton can't quite get that clear. Handball. As Czarni Jaslo prepare 2 more subs. First, though, this is Cristobal Carranza. Into the middle, Eric Hernandez. Eric Hernandez for Irfan Sarvan. And now Ismet Bojku. Bojku really wants to be on his left, and the defenders knew it. Did that stay in? It did, says the assistant on the near side. Vargas squaring, Niziolek. Anywhere will do for Sanchez. So that ball bounces toward the corner, and it will be a corner kick. Substitutions for Czarni Jaslo. Marquez out, as is Tanaka, it looks. Nope, Tanaka's going to stay on. It's going to be Marquez and Camacho who depart. They're replaced by Manuel Santiago and Denis Dvoretsky. Substitution on the other side as well. Irfan Sarvan is out, and he's replaced by Jeremiah Georgi, who is on that yellow card. First, though, it's a corner kick for Czarni Jaslo. In the dying minutes of the 90, all the way to the near side, headed down, and we'll do it all over again. As hitting the deck there was Dvoretsky. 89th minute. Another sub. Josue Vargas is out. Santos Contreras going to come back in after a brief break. Contreras straight over to take the corner. Been the preferred set piece taker all day for Czarni Jaslo. Low out swinger. Michael's header at the double. 89th or 90th minute. It's Czarni Jaslo who turned it around to lead 2-1. Michael's header at the. And now it's all about how much added time there will be, because that's how much time FC Select will have to save things. A 90th minute winner, it looks like, for Czarni Jaslo. Half the amount of stoppage time coming, but what a clean header for Michael.
Jaslo, number 18. Michael M.
PA also going with Michael M. They can't do any better than we can, so that's reassuring that we both looked at that piece of paper and said, nope. But Michael M. with 2 goals, including this very late winner. The assistant the referee just, unfortunately for us, went over and told the 4th official the number of minutes, which means we don't get to see him put up a big number of his hands. So we're going to have to figure out for ourselves, or just have no idea how much time is left. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll shout to the assistant referee on our near side if he comes over here and see if we can figure out exactly how much more soccer we're playing here. But we are into stoppage time now. It looks like it's going to be a 90th minute winner. Referee says no handball, no foul. Blasted forward by Santos Contreras. Goalkeeper's way out. Tanaka! No! Cherry not quite on top as it bounces wide. Everybody being waved back for Czarni Jaslo. Bouncing ball, turning and clearing. Chance for another goal. The shot's dragged way wide by Dvoretsky. Might have to put the camera in the stands, although we're a little afraid of the rain is the only concern. Gerard Perez sending this long. Czarni Jaslo trailed in the 8th minute of this game, but they've been patient and they have been certainly the better team in the second half. Dvoretsky tripped on the ball. Given back away though. Niziolek. Jorgensen making the challenge. Niziolek finding the safety here of Contreras. Contreras back for Niziolek. Sanchez and Jakub Drazik there to cover, and it's a free kick for FC Select. Again, we don't know how much time was added on, but it has to be a lot. Tanaka. If they get a third goal, it won't matter. Tanaka going through. Tanaka! Save! On the rebound, Dvoretsky! Flag stays down. That'll do it. Tanaka. Czarni Jaslo are going to be U23 Illinois State champs in 2025. On the rebound, Dvoretsky! Dennis Dvoretsky in stoppage time makes it 3-1. Czarni Jaslo, again, just such a strong second half performance here, are going to be deserved winners in this second match of the day. Just heard an FC Select player say, let's go 5 more minutes, and they really need to pull some magic out of a hat now. Surprised it's taking us so long to get this restart going as Czarni make a couple more changes. Is there a miracle for FC Select? Czarni might just go score a 4th. Here goes Michael M. Has options in the middle. Crossing Niziolek. Oh, should have been a tap in for 4. Now a chance for Sanchez to push forward. Sanchez couldn't quite find the feet of Boshku. And now he gets a push. It was certainly a foul by Drazik, but then there was a punch thrown back. So this is a situation where I think you got to at least put both players in the book here if you're the referee. And I'm not sure how neither player has been cautioned there. That's interesting. But again, I've said my piece about the way some of this game has been patrolled. Another sub is Michael M's going to go off as the match equalizer and the match winner. This game just absolutely crawling to the finish line. Big crossfield ball is on for Vargas. Teo Helm still running hard the right back here. Czarni smelling blood. They want more. Helm in on the challenge there up against Oswaldo Perez. Header won there by Orozco. Select just pushing forward, but this is going to roll all the way through for Herrera, who just puts his boot through it. Oswaldo Perez looking through the lines. Could fall here for a chance. Herrera came flying out to claim. Down the other end. Keeper came out. Big collision. Ball goes wide. Referee says goal kick. The game being more or less over as a contest has not reduced the chippiness. 7 minutes into added time now. Whatever that original number was, it surely should go up because we've had a goal or two since the referee decided on that number. And we've got another coming together, and finally a yellow card is going to be shown here, and this time it is going to be given to Jorgensen. Ryan Jorgensen into the book. Again, if you are looking for the women's State Cup final, well, the good news is this game isn't going to penalties. The bad news is we're going to play at least 10 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. Expect the women's game to kick off probably at best 10 or 15 minutes after this one ends. In the middle, Dvoretsky almost got there for another one. And now FC Select just looking for anything to cling on to. Giorgi launching one to the middle, and it just drops for Herrera. Orozco. And now, well, we got the big Norwegian center forward, Horgoyen, back there being tall and helping defend. Tail helm, room to run. Still helm. And Vargas is offside. Still we play on. Played over 100 minutes in this one. That header goes backwards. Got to be careful here. Jacinco, did he get enough on that for Herrera? He did. The referee checks his watch. Orozco. Referee blows for full time. Czarni Jaslo are the Illinois State Under-23 champions of 2025. A couple of late goals, including a 90th minute eventual winner from Michael M., number 18 of Czarni Jaslo, make the difference as they win over FC Select. We're going to turn things around here on the Midwest Media Network YouTube page. The Women's Cup Final, Edgewater Castle, DeKalb County United. Coming up next, we'll see you soon for that.